Good morning, and happy Sunday to everybody. This is actually Resurrection Sunday. So happy Resurrection Sunday. Next Sunday will be Easter Sunday, I believe. And, we are celebrating. So, welcome in the building to everyone who decided to join me this morning. Hey, Auntie Robin, I'm so glad you're in the building with me. This week, we are back with our reality check. Last week, I had some stuff going on, wasn't able to get in to do it, but I'm here this week, and let's just get right into it, okay? I have dropped the link, so feel free to come in if you like. But the first weekend in March, we kind of went in, and I just went into prayer, and I was like, okay, the Lord said, let's do a check-in. Let's check in on the people. Let's check in on ourselves. Let's do some work because we're in 2023. We started off the beginning of the year saying that we wanted to laugh, love, and inspire in 2023. We wanted to do greater things than we did last year. We had goals that we have set. And so I wanted to come in, we're in the third month of the year. We're ending out the first quarter of the year. And so I wanted to come in and check on the people. And so last time that we were together, we asked some questions, and I'll kind of reiterate those again. And so we just talked about, where are we mentally, emotionally, and physically? What have we completed thus far in this first quarter of the year? Who have we helped and who have we joined together to make a bigger difference in our community? And so we kind of touched on some of those things. And so I hope you answered those questions. And I hope that you were able to kind of gauge where you are in this first quarter of the year as we're going out. And then so we talked about, how to get back on track if we have fallen off, how to kind of help answer those questions. And so one of our biggest first thing was to get our happy back. In order for us to be mentally, emotionally, and physically in a good place, in order for us to press forward into our future, I personally feel that you have to be happy with yourself. And so, if I'm completely honest with y'all, I have not been in the most happiest place with Royer. And I've kind of, in a way, fallen out of love with myself, but I think it's because of the transition and the changes that I am going through personally. And so sometimes you fall out of love, in my opinion, you fall out of love with who you are, because as you change, you grow into a new individual. And in my opinion, sometimes you fall out of who you used to be, but you come into who you're supposed to be. And so getting my happy back has been one of my biggest things. Another thing we talked about was you must find what makes you happy. So that's the part of getting your happy back. Don't wait until things start happening to be positive, to be joyful, to be happy. We have to stop letting negativity, steal our joy or take over the bigger picture. And so y'all go back and watch the last reality check just for the rest of that update. But hey, just simply welcome to the building. I'm so glad you decided to join me this morning. And for those of you who are in the chat, feel free to let me know that you're here so I can shout you out. I'd love to do that. And like I said, I have dropped the link, so come on in if you like. But let's go into this week's reality check. So this week, I want to talk about this week the physical, the outward, the inward, but the physical, of what we see, what we feel, And so my thing for this going into this second quarter of the year and coming out of this first, physically, I am not in love with myself. Physically, I'm not where I want to be. And so I have really kind of been looking into like real deep details on exactly what I can do to help get myself physically where I want to be. Now, in this second half, in the second quarter of the year, I am going to set some goals for a physical change for myself. Um, and more so not for like attention, if that makes sense, but more so because there are some, like, I have health issues that run in my family. huge health issues. And I'm young and I want to live a long, healthy, successful life. And in order for me to do that, I have to get into some routines of health. And so, I decided to look into some of my fave celebrities. And, I love me some Beyonce. Y'all know I am a Beehive, fan. I love B. I'm not a crazy one, but don't come for my girl because we will let you know. But, I looked into Michelle Obama and Barack Obama and Monique and Michael B. Jordan. Each of these individuals have routines, have schedules, have things that they have set in place so that their physical health aligns with their mental health. And so a couple of questions I wanted to ask myself and you as well. Hey Bianca, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to join me. Um, One of the questions that I wanted to ask is, when is the last time you've been to your primary care physician? First of all, in order for us to get into good health, we must see our primary care physicians, our doctors, whomever is looking over us physically. The last time I had my physical was I want to say in December, I want to say. December, November, one of those. And so things were okay. They were okay, but there were a lot of things that I personally want to work on. For example, my weight. I I am of the persuasion of a thicker guy. I like being thick, but the thickness has become a little plump. And so I don't want to be plump. I don't want to be plump. I want to be thick. So one thing that I did do is that I went to my primary care physician. I got my blood work done. I got my glucose, all of that stuff, my glucose, making sure my what is it? The blood pressure and diabetes and heart and all of that stuff, just making sure all of that, the numbers look good. And they were okay. So after I got to see my primary care physician, which I love, if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, I go to Novant Family Health and Medicine. Dr. Nicole Johnson, she is amazing. Love her to death. So shout out to her. Let's see. Bianca said, I went about 8 months ago, but for similar reasons, just reversed. I lost weight dramatically and I didn't understand why. Wow. Okay. I've never had a dramatic weight loss in all the time, in the 27 years I've been on this earth. Um, and the funny thing is, I lose weight low and then top. So I drop weight from the bottom up. So, but wow, Bianca, I hope everything was okay. I hope that you're doing okay. And let me know what you did to lose that weight drastically, girl, because I'm trying to lose some drastic weight, all jokes aside. But get to your primary care physician. Make sure you're checking those numbers. Make sure you're keeping up with those numbers because those numbers are very important. They are, in my opinion, an example of what your future is, kind of gauging towards and what it's going to look like. Are you physically active? Are you getting up every day and attempting to do something physically? Are you trying to work out? Are you trying to walk? Are have you joined the gym? Are you getting up on your 15-minute breaks and walking around your office building? Or, what are you doing physically to get yourself active? Excuse me. When Obama and Michelle were in office, they were really big on health. Michelle Obama was really big on getting that obesity number down. The level of obesity that, is here in America is still outrageous. It was outrageous back then and it's outrageous now. So, I love that Obama and Michelle, mainly Michelle, took pride in the responsibility of, being active in the 8 years that they were in office. I mean, we consistently see Michelle out walking, out playing sports, out doing sporting events, out, just making those physical moves to press forward to a better, healthy life. So, what are you doing to be physically active? Just simply says, I always have to monitor my weight due to my health condition. If I gain too much weight, it can trigger headaches and other issues. I went to the doctor about a year ago for a physical exam and checkup. I love to hear that you have gone to the doctor to get those things checked out. Just simply, I get really bad migraines when I feel when the weather changes, number one, but also when my weight is, just off the charts and I'm, eating bad and not, really taking care of myself. I get these horrible migraines and they are the worst. And that is like you just said, monitoring what you eat, monitoring your weight, that is very important because those little things, monitoring what you eat, if you're just eating whatever you want to, if you're not trying to even just walk, pick up your legs, pick up your arms, doing little stuff, those things can trigger so many other health issues in our bodies. And that's why it's so important to get up and move, get up and be active, get up, and I have always told myself, and I truly believe, an active mind is an active body. When your mind is active, that's why we started off with the mental last week. Where are you mentally? If your mind is active and going and doing, your body will then begin to get active and go and do, because as the mind thinketh, so is he. In my mind, if I want to be successful, if I want to be rich, if I want to have money, my body, my physical being has to do the things that it's going to take, for me to be rich, for me to be successful. And it's the same way with working out and exercising. If in my mind I can get, yes, I need to work out, I need to exercise, then my body physically will begin to do the exact thing that my mind is telling me that it needs to do. So thank you for that great point, Just Simply. That was amazing. Auntie Robin, geesh, my internet is failing me. I'm keep buffering. I have heard two consecutive sentences. Oh, I'm sorry. It may have been my internet too, because it was showing me something on the screen. So I hope that'll get worked out for you. Hey, Auntie Diva, welcome to the chat. Bianca just said no. I literally went from 140 to one. Wow, that's yes, that is very dramatic. I almost see through right now. I'm almost see through right now. I'm so dead. You do not want to lose. Yeah, that is a lot. That is very drastic. That is very drastic. But continue to see your doctor. Continue to take care of yourself. Um, Take it easy, boo. Take it easy. Walking, Diva, I be out walking my baby, walking my little dog, even though he get on my nerves. I do be walking him. And that's another thing. I have a park that's not too far from my house, about 10, 15 minutes. It's like 5 minutes from my job. So normally during the spring and summertime, I'm getting ready to get back to that. I normally get off work, change my clothes, and go like walking in the park. And I try to do 2 miles. That's what I was doing earlier last year before winter came. And I was doing so good. And then that's another thing. When you have tragic events that happen in your life, aka people passing away, that affects you majorly when it comes to, keeping up your physical being almost, if you may. My aunt passed away, my Auntie Lilo, RIP. I love you and I miss you, Auntie Lilo. And one of my good friends also passed away. Miss you, Jonathan. And so, yeah, that was crazy. That was super, super crazy. But walking, yes. I am slim thick right now. Okay, okay. Yes, Auntie, you are slim thick. Period. Um, Yes, so I usually try to get some steps. Yes. They tell us we're supposed to have 10,000 steps a day. That's what they tell us. So let me get back into these questions. What are you doing to get yourself physically together? So that goes back to getting active. What if you have already had this plan of getting active? What steps are you actually doing now? So like I said, for me, I'm going to get back to walking every day, going out after work, getting into that park, at least doing 2 to 4 miles. 2 miles is not like enough. 4 miles is perfect in my opinion for me. So I try to do 2 to 4 miles. I have a bike upstairs. So getting back on the Peloton bike, I have a Noto track. Getting back on the Noto track bike, working those legs, working those arms, doing the little classes that the bikes offer me. So it is just actually making the actual effort and the intention to get that work and to do it. Like I said, Beyonce, when she gets on these tours, baby, go back and watch her Coachella um, show on Netflix. You will see the work and the dedication that Beyonce truly put in to get ready for just that one show. That was one show, that Coachella show. Well, I think it was three shows in a 3-day weekend. She did the Coachella show. And I mean, sis worked hard. She had just had her twins. She was trying to get her weight back in order. She had not been on tour in such a long time. Hey. Don't be hating because she is putting in the work, Auntie Diva. She does. She is a great example. I mean, she gets on this stage, running across the stage, dancing, leaping, hopping, all of this stuff, and is never out of breath. And I want to be like that. I want to jump, dance, sing, leap, because I love the bop, and I'm trying to get ready for the Beyonce concert, Auntie Diva. So I got to get myself in order so that I can be doing everything that the queen is doing at the concert, period. Look, you done got me started, Auntie. Don't do that. But listen, Beyonce, Monique is another great example. Monique was very heavily overweight, and she talks about it herself. And Monique got to a point where it was time to get herself together physically. She's seen the health issues and the complications that she was having, especially after she had her twin boys. That was really kind of a life turnaround change for her. So Monique, every day, she dances. She has a trainer that she works with. And if you follow Monique on Instagram, she has been on the journey, okay? And Monique looks great. Aside from her other public issues that I, have problems with, Monique physically is doing the work, mentally is doing the work. She's cooking healthy meals. I don't even think Monique eats meat anymore. I think she is vegan, I believe she is. So shout out to Monique. Thank you for being another example beside Beyonce of a great, healthy, physical being lifestyle of trying to get to where you want to be. And then the last question I want to ask us is, have you noticed anything that you need to change physically? So is there anything health wise that you feel your physical being needs to be changed so that it won't affect you health wise? So for me, I feel that I need to change my surrounding of people right now because sometimes when I deal with certain situations, it brings me down, and it kind of pushes me into a place of sadness. And so I'm a foodie. I love food. Food is a comfort for me. And so when I get in certain situations, or when I feel that I've been hurt by someone, or when I feel that certain situations have hurt me, I eat, and that's not a good thing. So when I say what do you feel like you need to change physically, that is what I need to change my surrounding with certain people in certain situations, because when certain things happen with those certain people, I eat, and it's not healthy for me. And I eat late because it's like it hits me late at night when I think about stuff, when you laying in the bed and you be like, dang, like this person really bothered me, or this person really did me wrong, or I felt some type of way, and it makes me want to go eat. So that is what I need to physically change. I need to find another coping mechanism that is healthy when I have these certain issues, with certain people, so that I'm not, feeding my feelings. That is one of the worst things you can ever do, is feed your feelings. So remember, find something that you can replace that negative habit, in order to make your physical being better. So, what steps are we going to go forward in taking to make sure that in this second quarter that we are actually doing the work that it's going to take to become physically where we want to be? because I just don't want to be mentally in a good place, but then physically I just look a hot mess or I'm not feeling myself. Because the physical and the emotional, the physical and the mental have to align with one another in order for everything to flow, as it should, in my opinion. So my first step would be, first, make sure that you're mentally prepared for the physical journey that is coming. There will be obstacles that will stop you once you actually make the choice of this is the journey that I'm going to take. And so I am really now in the stage of building up the tolerance to be able to withstand the obstacles that are going to come my way during the journey of me trying to build myself physically. Sometimes our mental holds us back. And so, in order to really deal with that, in my opinion, you need to have someone there for you. I recommend a therapist. Therapy, they will help you through the stages of life. Do you hear me? A lot of the times, our physical is an attract is in a it, excuse me, in words. I can talk. Calm down. A lot of the time, our physical is a representation of the actual mental that's going on. A lot of the times, what you see on the outside is a representation of the mental on the inside. And so therapy can truly help that. You know, true friends, true friends, let me reiterate this. True friends can help you in situations like this, because true friends ain't gonna lie to you. True friends gonna tell you, you getting a little thickums, you need to work on this, you need to push that plate back, you don't need to eat that. True friends will also say, you looking great. I see you reaching your goal. I see you doing that work. You go. So true friends, true family members, someone who you physically can trust to keep you responsible in doing the accurate work that you need to do. I know those were not the right words that I really wanted to use, but someone who is there who can hold you accountable. That's the word. Someone who can hold you accountable for the journey that you are taking in this physical change. Secondly, you want to have, and this kind of connects with the first part that I was saying, that support system. When you are going through growth and change, you have to make sure that you have the right support system around you, because some people don't want to see you change. Some people are okay exactly the way you are. Um, and for sometimes they're okay with it because they don't want you to outdo them, if that makes sense. So make sure that you have a great support system. Make sure that you have a clean and clear heart and mind when you are, connecting with these individuals. Sometimes our mind and our heart can desire someone, but that someone does not align with what we're going towards or the goal that we're trying to reach. And so that's why it is important having that mental together, so that when you get to the physical, the mental doesn't just discombobulate you all over the place. Hey, Miss Wilson, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad to see you too. Thank you for joining me. But yes, so make sure that we have clean and clear mind, heart before entering into the journey with someone. Um, and I like to have a little, like I said, an accountability partner. I like to have someone who has the similar goals and who has set, high expectations for themselves to be held to. I like to try to hold myself to high expectations. I really try to set the bar high so that when I reach the goal, I'm like, well, if I can do this, why not set it even higher? And it's good to pace yourself, for sure, pace yourself, because you don't always reach that high goal that you have set. But that goes back to what I always talk about, celebrating even the small stuff. If you went on a walk today, celebrate it. If you got up and lifted your arms 17 times, celebrate it. If you did 17 squats, celebrate it. Celebrate the small details because the small details lead you to the big goal that you're reaching for. Okay. So, the last thing I kind of want to touch on before I leave is having a plan. And when you have a plan, you want to know what's the why behind your plan. And we talked about this last time in our check in. What's your why? Why do you want this physical change? Is it for you or is it for someone else? Is it for health reasons? Is it for mental reasons? Is it for emotion? Why are you doing this change? Because once you get your why, then your answers will progress into, okay, well, if I'm doing this for this reason, well, then this would make sense for me to do this part. If I want to lose weight, then I have to exercise. If I want to live a long time, I have to eat healthy. If I want to have, better skin and better, hair, because all of this affects, your hair, your nails, your skin, all of that stuff affects when you're not physically right. It affects you. Look, my little nails. No, ooh, pardon my nails, they're a little dirty underneath. Ooh, that's not normal, y'all, I promise. But your nails, your hair, look at all this hair. Y'all, my hair has been shedding so bad. Partly because I have not been drinking a lot of water like I should. I haven't been eating like I should. Haven't been working out and exercising like I should. I've been stressing. And so those are the important things of why you need to work out, okay? Why we want to be physically healthy. How much weight do you want to lose? You have to have a set goal. You can't just be working out just to be working out and not have no goal towards it. Well, I'll speak for me. I can't just be working out just to be working out and not have no goal for it, excuse me, because then it becomes kind of pointless. I am not a person who just loves the gym and who loves working out and who loves being physically active. That ain't me. So I have to have, a goal set of what I want to lose and, how I want to lose it. What are you going to do every day to actually make this goal happen? So am I going to walk every day? A certain amount of miles? Am I going to go to the gym every day? Am I going to do an exercise video on YouTube? Do I have videos at home? Am I going to join a Facebook group where they're working out? What are you going to do to actually make this goal happen? What are we setting in place? Okay. And then my final question is, when can you actually set the moments aside to do them? You got to plan the moments because we can do all of this work. We can say we want to lose the weight. We can have the goal of how much we want to lose. We can, save the actual things that we're going to do. But if we're not setting aside the scheduled time to actually do the work, nothing is going to happen. Nothing. Okay. So, like I said, my goal and my set time is going to be after work every day, going over to the park and walking 2 to 4 miles every single day, getting those steps in, trying to reach those 10,000 steps. So, after we have answered all of those questions and put in place the actual procedures to make it happen, we must then execute the plan. Stay motivated. Keep anything negative and unhealthy out of your way. Choose to have positivity in your meals. Choose to have positivity in your mind. Choose to have positivity in your workouts. It's all about making an actual choice to build your body up to where you want it to be. This is a part of the check-in. If you cannot physically get it together, then how can you press towards actually making your moves to live long enough to do what you want to do? We have to mentally work on ourselves and then physically go for what we know. The mental is important. The physical is important. And next week, I'm going to share how we're going to press forward to bring it all together to make our actual vision come to pass. Because we want to be mentally healthy, we want to be physically healthy, and then we want to be financially healthy, because the financial status is what's going to bring us to the top, okay? If I can mentally have it together and physically have it together and money wise have it together, you can't stop me from nothing. To me, in my opinion, those are the most important keys of life: mental, physical, and coin. That's how we survive, baby. If your mental ain't right, you look at all these people on TV. Look at them who got mental issues going on, and they're famous. They got the lights, the cameras, and action. They got the money, they got the physical being, but they're mentally struggling. They're mentally questioning themselves on a regular basis, or they're physically together and they got the money, but physically they're unhappy. Excuse me, y'all. Physically they're unhappy. Excuse me, sorry, allergies. Physically they're unhappy, and so it's affecting their emotional and their money. So it all ties into one big picture: actually doing the work to mentally, physically, and financially do what it takes to be good. Mentally struggling, diva. I was just actually telling one of my friends yesterday that I am most recently here mentally. It's just been in a really hard place. Um, you know, Sometimes we allow the outside world to affect our mental being, and it can throw us off our game. It can throw us off our game. And so I am really learning. And so, and Diva knows this as well. I'm really learning and growing mentally, not allowing things to affect me so harshly. You know, um, when people show you who they are, you have to believe it. You have to stick with it, and don't waver from it. Don't waver. And that plays a lot into your mental, y'all. You got to be mentally stable to deal with certain people. You really have to be. And it's sad. It is sad. It's sad that you got to, build yourself up to even kind of just deal. But I hope that this was able to help someone today. I hope that we can get to a place where we're physically, getting into action. We can deal with the mental first. We dealt with the mental the other week. And so now we're dealing with the physical of the outside work, getting ourselves together, losing that weight. If you feel like you need to gain weight, gaining that weight in a healthy way, losing the weight in a healthy way, whatever you feel that you physically want to change, make the effort, do the work, and watch it come to pass. I want us to continue to grow in 2023. I want us to continue to laugh. I want us to continue to love. And I want us to continue to inspire in a positive, healthy, loving way. That's the only way that I'm going to do it. And if you can't do it like I'm going to do it, get out of my way. Stay away from me. Listen, eat your vegetables, eat your fruit. Next Sunday is Palm Sunday, okay? Thank you, Auntie Robin. Next Sunday is Palm Sunday. So, y'all, I'm going to close this out. This was a wonderful time. I'm so glad you decided to join me today for our check-in. I wanted to just come in and see how everybody was doing. Like I said, the week before we did a mental check-in. So y'all go back and watch that video. Let me know your thoughts, on how you felt about that. Today, we did a physical check-in. We're getting back on our journey of working out, eating healthy. I unfortunately missed my hair consultation on Saturday because I overslept. But y'all, change, and it's not just weight. If you want to change your hair, grow your hair, if you want to cut your hair, if you want to get a nose ring, if you want to, get a tummy tuck, whatever it may be, just make sure that you're doing those physical things for the right reasons. Don't do it just because you want to look good for somebody. Don't do it because you want to be popular. Don't do it because you want, do it for the right reasons. Okay, people? I am not against plastic surgery. I'm not against you doing what makes you happy, but make sure that it is for you, and make sure that you're not doing it, for anybody else. Okay. So I'm going to get off here because I don't want to talk y'all to death. It's Sunday. I just wanted to pop in and do a reality check. Thank you for those of you who joined me this today. If you have not, please subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to be a part of the community as we are growing. We are already at 500 plus, so we're working towards 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe, hit the like button on this video, go back and watch some of my other content. I got some great content out here. Me and Diva have a podcast together, so make sure you're checking out our weekly podcast. I post my Warriors Corner every single day, so make sure you're checking out my Warriors Corner. Also, this Friday, we have a royal showcase coming to YouTube, okay? So join me next Friday for my birthday celebration. I have some musical artists that are coming to perform for us, and we're gonna have some interviews with them. I'm super excited, and we're gonna celebrate my birthday, so I hope that you will join me for that. Then as well, to the other content creators, shout out your channel and shout out your channel in the comments, Diva. Oh, well, here I can put it up. Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. Diva, drop your link in the comment section so that people can go over and follow. I know it's not a lot of people in here, but eventually the people will rewatch and they can go and subscribe to your channel. So thank you. It's my birthday coming March 31st. Team Aries. Shout out to Diva for her birthday was this past Tuesday. So I hope that you've enjoyed your birthday weekend. Auntie Robin, Miss Wilson, Just Simply, Bianca, anybody who joined the live, thank you so much. For those of you who will be watching the rewatch, thank you for watching. Share, share, share. Hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for joining me and have an awesome rest of your Sunday. Bye.